the wind. My words are all carried away. I talk to the wind.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome along to my channel. My name is Claire. I'm a flute player from Hull, East Yorkshire in the UK, and it's great to be back with another reaction. Now, just before we get to today's reaction, welcome if you're new around these parts. It's great to have you here. Just so you know, as well as reacting to tracks with flutes in, I also produce my own covers, and I live stream every Sunday where you can come along, meet some fantastic like-minded folk and request your favourite tunes. I also live stream on a Saturday if you can't make the Sunday with a set list which is decided by my supporters over on the Flutifull Club. So you're welcome to check out all that content, and it would be great to chat to you on a live stream very soon. But let's get back to today's reaction. Now, I cannot believe that so far I've not reacted to this band because, well, they're a band that I really, really love. When I first started getting interested in the flute in rock and prog rock in particular, this was a band that I was really drawn to because they've just got such an eclectic mix of styles going on, and it's just such wonderfully put together music in every way. So I'm very excited to react to them for the very first time. So the track that I'm reacting to today is a very, very special one, I think, and if you know it, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just the most amazing flute track that you can find, I think, in rock music. It is indeed I Talk to the Wind by King Crimson. Now, this has been suggested by Caleb Bradley. So thank you so much, Caleb, not only for suggesting this, but for suggesting a very special version of it. And we're going to talk about that in a second. If you have a track that contains flutes or related instruments and you'd like to see me react to it, just check out the pinned comment below. So let's give you a bit more information on on the band and this track if you're not familiar with it. So King Crimson were an English progressive rock band formed in London in 1968 by Robert Fripp, Michael Giles, Greg Lake, Ian MacDonald and Peter Seinfeld. And of course it's Ian MacDonald who's the flute player in question. Guitarist Fripp remained the only constant member throughout the band's long history. The band drew inspiration from a wide variety of music, indeed incorporating elements of classical, jazz, folk, heavy metal, gamelan, don't come across that very often, blues, industrial, electronic and experimental music. They exerted a strong influence on the early 70s progressive rock movement, including on contemporaries such as Yes and Genesis, and continue to inspire subsequent generations of artists across multiple genres. The band has earned a large cult following, especially in the 21st century. Yes, I think this is a band that even if you're not really into prog rock, you certainly know about them because their influence has just been huge upon all of music, I think. Now then, the band's debut album, In the Court of the Crimson King, with that unmistakable cover that I'm sure you know, from 1969, remains their most commercially successful and influential release. So just to give you a few Flutifull facts on the track, I Talk to the Wind is the second track on the album, and it starts immediately after the cacophony, according to Wikipedia, that ends 21st Century Schizoid Man. Oh, and what a track that is. Of course, this then gives us a completely different mood. It's a serene, beautiful, peaceful song led by the flute. Ian MacDonald's flute begins the song, is one of the lead instruments throughout. He plays a classically inspired solo in the middle, which is just divine, isn't it? And as a C section, a longer section at the end as the coda. Now, just a few more facts on Ian that you might not know about. So he learnt the clarinet in the army and went on to teach himself flute and saxophone later on. And this is most remarkable. He was only 23 when he recorded this. Yeah. Maybe it's something about people called Ian who play the flute. I don't know. Anyway, so I did promise you that today's version that I'm going to be listening to is a very special one. And I just want to give you a bit of background on this because I think we need that. So it says directly underneath the video, Ian MacDonald and Peter Seinfeld's beautiful ballad has been through a few iterations before the final version that found itself on the album. First, there had been the version with Giles Fripp featuring the wonderful Judy Dibley of Fairport Convention. And there were early renditions at Morgan Studios with the moody blues producer Tony Clark at the mixing desk, who would later join Crimson at the Wessex Studios in London before the band decided to go it alone. So, excuse me, this version comes about after some work on getting the pitches to match. Incredible. Alex has combined two different sessions that were part of the song's evolution. So first he's taken the instrumental backing from the early sessions at the Wessex studio, combined them with the finished vocals that appeared on the debut. And it says here, in doing so, has created a rendition that's both distinctive and beguiling. So, as I've alluded to already, I do know the original track quite well. And when I saw this version come up, I haven't listened to it yet, but when I found that information, I thought, ooh, that would be very interesting, because this, of course, is one of the very first versions of the instrumental of the track, and that's what I'm really interested in as a flute player, together with the final vocals. So it'll be really interesting to see how this evolved maybe into the final version and what was going on as this track was being created. So I'm very, very excited to listen to this today. I hope you are too. Let's find out if it's Flutifull. Here we go.
Said the straight man to the late man, where have you been? I've been here and I've been there and I've been in between. I talk to the wind, my words are all carried away. I talk to the wind does not hear, the wind cannot hear. I'm on the outside, looking inside. What do I see? Much confusion, disillusion all around me. I talk to the wind, my words are all carried away. I talk to the wind does not hear, the wind cannot hear. You don't possess me, don't impress me, just upset my mind. Can't instruct me or conduct me, just use up my time. I talk to the wind, my words are all carried away. I talk to the wind does not hear, the wind cannot hear.
Okay, there we go. Wow, wow, wow. Now, obviously, that's quite different to the original track, and there's not as much flute there. So if you enjoy what you hear, then do go and listen to the original, because the flute is higher in the mix and there's more. That was just the initial kind of ideas that we were hearing, but very, very interesting. So I actually think you can kind of, I know the mix is, the flute's very low in the mix throughout there, but I think you can actually make out what's happening with the flute part underneath the vocals more in this than you can in the original track. I think it's been a while since I listened to the original, actually. But what strikes me is that those lovely rising long lines, which are just so perfect, aren't they, for the context of the song, are just so gorgeous. And then you get those little chromatics in between, very subtly woven into those layers, and it just kind of hangs around. The beauty in this song, of course, yes, the melody is just gorgeous, but it's the harmony. It's the harmony in this song. So what's happening is, to give it that special sound, is it's using chords that are not all diatonic, what we call diatonic. So in the key of the actual track, I think the track's in E major, and you get chords like C major, which are not diatonic in the key. In E major, you'd expect to have a C sharp chord, so the chord is slightly flattened, and that's when it gives you this really interesting sound. And it's why, I have to say, it's why songs from the 70s and rock songs and prog rock songs have a draw to them that you don't really get with more modern music, because more modern music just sticks to diatonic chords. So that's a little bit of the theory behind it, and Ian MacDonald plays with this beautifully. He's able to just create these smooth, gorgeous lines, which is what you want from a song like this, and just kind of moving subtly between these very interesting chord changes, which is what makes it so magical. Now, the solo itself, obviously, it's a snippet, it's the opening ideas, but you can already hear there he's got the ideas of using this weaving and the rhythm. He bounces off the rhythm so beautifully, and those are the core ideas are already there. The kind of use of moving around the chord, these little falling arpeggio ideas, and like I say, the little da 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 off the beat kind of rhythmic ideas. Those are kind of in place, and you can see how he will go on to develop that into the solo that's in the main track. So clever. I have to applaud the people that have put this together, to be able to take that original instrumental take and the mastered vocal from the actual track that was released and put them together. Takes a heck of a lot of work to get that to work right, but very interesting to hear the bare bones of what becomes an absolutely remarkable track. I'm sure you'll agree. So that's a breath of fresh air, isn't it? Literally a breath of fresh air. So if I was to say that was Flutifull, of course it is. It's just magnificent how he's taken something so simply but really thought about how to create a solo, and he's taken his time crafting it. I think that's the other thing to say. He's not kind of just dived in and gone, I'm going to play something in a solo line. He's kind of taken his time clearly to work it out. Yeah, just lovely. So thank you so much again to, just let me get the name. I think it was, I'm going to get it wrong if I don't say it, if I don't check. Caleb, thank you so much, Caleb, for suggesting this version of the track, because I wasn't aware it existed. So thank you so much. If you have something you would like to suggest for me to react to, do see the pinned comment below for all details of how to get that to me. And of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this track. Do you think it's an interesting thing to listen to? Would you rather just listen to the original? And what do you think to the flute? The flute, so integral to this, of course. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon, perhaps on a live stream. And until I do, take care and stay flutifull. Cheers, folks. Bye.